Hello everybody, Skyrain here again with another Diablo Immortal video. Okay, now this is this is probably something that needs to be like, I don't know. Sadly this actually has to, I suppose, be addressed out there. There's a lot of obvious toxicity in games that just, is par for the course. But a lot of it's unnecessary, a lot of it's unwarranted. What I'm referring to, obviously, is what's, happening in Battlegrounds right now. It's very simple. Let's break it down. We, as people, are, competitive by nature. Nobody likes to lose, obviously. But it's just how it is. It's how this game's set up. It's got the the MMR, the matchmaking. It's programmed in to a certain degree. We all know that it's imbalanced as all hell. There's not much we can do about it other than just, keep constantly pitching a fit or complaining, or, just being like, or laugh it off, because some of these are absolutely ridiculous. So that's just it. It's very simple as that. Yes, it sucks, obviously, when you lose, and sometimes they're just completely lopsided, and then those are the obvious ones, that how lopsided and that they are. You're like, alright, you're adjusting my win-loss record, or what have you right now, that's fine, whatever. Because you could go on like a tear for a couple wins in a row, you're like, oh man, this is going good, this is going too good, and the next thing you know, they completely flip the game on your head. It's over in a matter of minutes, and the score is just absolutely all in, the enemy's favor in that one. You're just like, all right, I see how it is. And again, I've said this numerous times in the past. There's those few fights, though, that actually are balanced. Few and far between, especially now with the introduction of pets. Pets has become an absolute variable that I don't think the game can handle very well in the coding, as far as, like, I don't know, how it makes Battlegrounds seem to run a little bit rougher. There seems to be a lot more desync and rubber banding at times, at random. Not all the time, but, even sometimes around certain players even. It's just weird. I don't know if the pets are causing that to be more of an issue than before. They probably are, because of their, hidden attributes that you have no way of knowing, obviously, but yeah, so there's all these issues. Now, next thing I'm going to bring up is I have a slideshow of all the end screens from trying out, let's see, I went with Ranger Paragon, and I've been running with that for a little bit now, and in my case, here's another thing. I am obviously free to play. We all know this. At least I hope we all know this at this point. Let me break it down. Okay. Here's my stuff outside of Battlegrounds. So these are going to be, well, this stuff here is going to be slightly altered. But here you go. Secondary. Well, actually, this isn't my Battleground gear stats. So let me go do that so that there's no qualms about it whatsoever, and you can see what I'm working with as opposed to what I'm up against. I don't have any stats in these particular slideshows, but I got plenty of videos I could post. Anyway, all right, so there's no, whatever. Here we go. That's my residence. All right, 1830. There's my secondary stats. Everything on display here, so there's no, whatever. Okay? Not all getting a tizzy. I'm completely free to play. I work with what I have at my disposal, however I can make it best work for me and my playstyle, etc., etc., etc. As everyone does to some varying degree in this game, etc., etc. I say that because it's going to vary, obviously, from free-to-play all the way up to Wales, and all the way involving also class changes, not being familiar with that, trying stuff out for the first time in there with it, not having all the essences, and so on. things are going to vary. Things vary even more so now, like I said, with the pets more than ever, because there are so many hidden variables now with the pets, with all the different traits. You know, if they have legendary traits on their pets or skills, what have you, etc. There's so many extra hidden factors now that wasn't there before, since, you know, the past 2 updates. It's a completely different. I don't want to say it's a completely different game, but it's a completely different. I don't know. I can't perspective. That's not really a good word for it, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say here. Now, I've already rambled on enough about this, but this warrants and merits a lot of like conversation with ourselves. Okay, you know, just swallow your pride. All right, a lot of these occasions where, you know, and for instance, recently there have been like misconceptions, or not misconceptions, but like things being misconstrued, like not fully taken the right way. They come across the wrong way, especially in like, say, Discords and text format. The communication, the actual breakdown of everything is lost. You don't get like the full gist of it, and a lot of times it's taken out of context, unfortunately, and twisted in various other ways, and the point still gets lost. And in this case, yes, there's a lot of points that are going to be lost because there's just so much going on in this, and there's no way of putting a, you know, a proper spin on this. Here, let me go ahead and bring up the slides here so that we can see. I have 25 end screens here from a full, like, pretty much the full day's run. For a reason. For a reason. I'm not always in the top screen. I didn't do the full rundown of all 8 players. I just did, like, the one's top screen with, what was it, 5? So I'm not always in there. You know, free to play, shocking, you know. Sometimes you have to play the chess games in some of these. But I'm going to put them on screen right now. We'll go through them. And, yeah, let's just do this here. Sorry, there we go. This is the first one? Yeah, it's the first one. Okay. So, we're going to let them play through. Pause them whenever you want. This is purely just to give kind of, you know, a sample, like I said, of 25 Battleground matchups. And the end results, you can see, if you recognize some of the names, there you go, too. I'm not breaking down like all their stats and all of these, because these are literal slides of the end screens, but there's one. Okay, hold up right there. Victory. Now look, 31-12. This side was getting adjusted. I'll just say it right out. This match in particular, I do remember it being over pretty quick, and the tally up here shows it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. It's just how it goes. Can't see my mouse. I forgot. I'm looking on OBS, but anyway. But yeah, there you go. There's a breakdown of a lopsided matchmaking result. Let me see. Necro, Wizard, Barb, Blood Knight. And on this side, we got Wizard, Blood Knight, Wizard, Necro, Crusader. Yeah, Crusader won. But yeah, there's an example of, you know, their stuff getting reset, or they're having a forced loss pretty much out of how the scoring is here. Most of the other ones were kind of hit or miss. But anyway, keep going. Keep going on. Let's see here. 67-53. I had the hand in this one, so even on my range build, I can still contribute and get a badge every now and again. This one, let me see. I get MVP. We still lost. 65. They killed everybody a bunch. Some of these in here, there's a 13, a 9, etc. And of course, you know, I tried to do what I could. I killed majority. This is more of a, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think I still had the lowest reso in this group that I was with, but that's neither here nor there. Try to do what I can with the build I had. This is what I'm saying. It's not going to always go the way you want every time. That's just how it is. There's too much, the pay to win factor is obvious, and it varies as well. Obviously, because you got people going from, we'll even say it. I've actually seen some in there recently in Battlegrounds. They have 600, or I think I've seen a 450 reso get put in our group sometimes as a just a fill a slot, and it's like, sorry for your luck, sorry for this being a absolute horrible experience for you. I am sure, but that's just how the game does it. It happens, and they put this stuff in at the very beginning, obviously, to, play people and get them to fall into the money trap of this. And it worked, sadly enough. It works, sadly, a little too well. But hopefully this won't be repeated as far as, like, any other company trying to pull... I take that back. There's other companies, like the FIFA games and stuff on even... not just mobile, that pull dirty money traps too, so... It's not just this game. Again, this is the one that just got the most attention onto it. So I'm sure there's a lot of the other mobile games out there like, oh, thank God. Somebody else to had the finger pointed at them. Yeah, quick, we got to learn from this though. Look what they did. That's unfortunately the kind of greed world we live in as far as a lot of these companies, and it needs to be stopped, and it needs to be stopped by the players and be like, we just have to stand up and say, no more. Enough's enough. But that's the only way. As long as they can get away with it, they're going to do it. And as long as people are doing it and falling into those traps, they're going to continue to do so. But anyway, I'm ranting again. Keep going. We're only at 7 to 25. I'm sorry. But yeah. And let's see that one. Defenders, attackers. Not as even as far as the score goes, but yeah, that one's a little closer. But yeah, this is obviously the whole point of this, is to say, basically everybody just needs to calm down. It really does. There's no excuse to be all like in a tizzy. It's like, yes, like I said, it sucks to lose, we hate it, but it's gonna happen. And a lot of this, as much as some people hate to admit it, a lot of this is out of your control, okay? It's programmed in to keep us within a certain MMR range, of everything. It's just how it is. It will favor, obviously, the higher residents you have, because they want you to keep playing and they want you to keep spending. But. Again, like I showed you at the start, my stats and everything, free to play, you still get to pick your shots. Now see, look, I'm not even in the score of the top 5 in these here. But and we still contribute. And look at that one. Whoa, go back. Go back to this one. 10 to 40 victory, okay? Completely lopsided. And look at this. Yeah, that's another forced loss for the defending side here that had to take the loss. That's another example right there, so... Just how it goes. Just how it goes. Again, I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to put this out here. And not necessarily make a point, obviously, but just to show. I'm just literally showing what is what in a collected sample of 25 matches. The end screens and all. Like I said, I'm not always on there. Free to play. I'm playing arranged build in this. And there'll be, the arguments like, we need people on idle, and it's like, well, that works for some, yes. Some can, and some should. The ones that can't, obviously aren't going to be able to push it, and they're just going to add to, like, say, on the attacking side, especially the death count. And, you do what you can with what you have. If some other builds, not just classes, other builds for every class, you go in with what you want to play and what you want to try out. Go for it. Do it. Do with what you want, because at the end of the day, you're the one playing the game. Do what you can with what you have. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't, switch it up, try something else. But don't sit there and be like, oh, it's like, yes, it's frustrating. Obviously, like I said, it's frustrating to, you know, have a lot. Oh, it's repeating now. Sorry. Let's pause that and get that out of here. Okay. But anyway, there you go. There's 25. That was over 25 because it repeated 2. So, you know, whatever. But I was trying to just wrap up my point here with this, and but yeah, just calm down. All right, don't take things out of, you know, to heart. Don't take it personally. Don't make big, you know, whatever's about it. It's a game, okay? People in this particular case, like I said, it's the mobile game, so there's pay-to-win aspects to it. Relax. If you don't like it, you know, take a break or stop playing it, okay? And in my case, you know, being free to play, I'm just trying to show that perspective of I'm still getting in there. I'm still getting, you know, in the mix-ups and getting my shots in. I've been at Legend rank here. Let me show you. I kept this game mail for a reason. I've been in Legend as a free-to-play. Since the 20th of November in this season. Okay? Now, granted, I've noticed a huge swing recently, the past couple days. I don't know why. I'm in there constantly with now. Before it was just a couple whales. Now it's pretty much like half the team on both sides. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how the brackets, you know, move you around sometimes, or sometimes they don't. And then other times I'm in like these low reso groups, and I'm like, what is this? This is new to me. Well, not new to me, but I'm like, I feel weird. but yeah. So yeah, like I said, and I know there's a recent video from content creator, of course, where they're showing what, you know, they did, and of course people are gonna take jabs at it. That's what happens, you know. You put stuff out there, especially on the internet. You're gonna have the jabs and barbs and whatever else, yada yada yada. But look, we all play how we want, how we can. Like I said, with what we have, and in this game, it just makes it that much more of a wilder range across classes, builds, resonance, pets. Now, pets being the biggest, like, I guess, monkey wrench thrown into the mix of everything. Because you just don't know. You'll see somebody that has like 1 HP and they're not going down. You're like, oh, yeah, they got they got Savior, or, you know, and then they have multiple shield barriers from mount banks and other things, etc., etc. So yeah, it's a completely whole another thing now with the pets being introduced, and that was obviously, of course, probably by design by the devs to, of course, get people to pay more, you get the best of the best right away, and that kind of thing. But anyway, rambled on long enough. I'm sorry this video's gone on probably for too long, but at the same time not, because I tried to break this down in a much more like civil and comprehensive way, I suppose. I don't know. I hope that you know, nothing gets taken out of context or taken to heart or taken personally. This is literally just I'm trying to like negate that as much as possible in this video, which is why it's probably gone on for this long. And I'm trying to like rehash things. But anyway, play what you want. Have fun as much as you can with however you can, okay? It's a game. Yes, there's all pitfalls in any game out there. You know, money traps or not. You know, we all like to play to have fun. Let's try to keep that going, okay? And just leave all the other bullshit at the door. Swallow your pride. And, you know, just do what you want, okay? Anyway, that's enough. I've rambled on long enough. Take care, everybody. Until the next time, see ya.